All right, well, I'm Ryan Kolbek, and I'm from Sioux Falls here, South Dakota. I was living out in the country after law school and was frankly kind of bored. Looking for stuff to do, and there's a lot of country roads, and the river was beautiful, so I just started running up and down the river. And I came back to Sioux Falls after a couple months and ran my first 5K. That has to be Sarah LaFave.
Okay.
She is my idol. She runs in the cold, she runs in the heat, she runs in the trail, she runs in the street. She's just running all the time and tells me all about it. And so she'd definitely be my running idol and inspiration. Well, my favorite memory was actually probably the completing my first full marathon in Milwaukee. There was 3 of us that trained together, and we basically ran from the beginning to the end together, and we actually crossed the finish line at the same time.
Cool.
Just under 4 hours. Otherwise, it would have to be Twin Cities, doing that full marathon and then going to a Twins game afterwards. Great weekend.
Sweet.
There were 4 of us in the public defender's office about 10 years ago now, and they decided to run the full marathon together and decided to run Milwaukee together. And the reason we did Milwaukee was because an attorney friend of mine that I worked with was from there, and he had just turned 40 years old. And he said that kind of a bucket list set situation where he needed to run a full marathon by the time he turned 40. And he looked at me and said, "You're going to do this with me," and did it. And then we had another friend who was just a surrogate mother to, I think, 2 times, and she wanted to do it. And then we have another attorney who had done mini marathons, and he kind of guided us through the entire process. And the 4 of us trained that summer, and we ended up doing Milwaukee together. And that's really what got me going. I don't think I would have done a full if basically I was just kind of told that you're going to do this.
Yeah.
And there was 3 other people that I was running with that summer. We did our long runs together. We did most of the hard stuff together, which helped it.
Sweet.
I guess it's home. Running around here is where we're from, and it means that there's local people that are supportive of each other, and it means that you have a running group that is helping you out.
Sweet.
You know, it'd have to be the Sioux Falls half. Right now I just do half marathons, and it's neat to run it in Sioux Falls. We run it downtown, run it around the falls, and I've ran it a number of times now, so you kind of know the route, and it's always fun to see the different people who either see it every single race, watch it every single race, or people that are doing it for the first time. You know, and you know a lot of the people that are running.
Awesome.
I think it's crazy not to run. You know, it helps me mentally, it helps me physically. I've got heart disease in my family, I've got diabetes in my family, I've got everything that can, will probably be impacting me here at some point, and I think running helps alleviate or push that off as much as I can.
For sure.
So, I think it's crazy not to do something to try to get yourself more physically fit and also help mentally.
Sweet.
Be invisible. And you can be anywhere. I don't know, maybe that's weird. Well, it's definitely a challenge. I did not run much at all in college, let alone at a college level for a team. I mean, I was drinking and smoking and doing everything else but running in college. But it's really, so I didn't really get involved with running until after law school when I started thinking a little bit more about health reasons. But it's, you get the workouts and you're baffled because they are intimidating. They look difficult, and they are. All the core stuff takes time. I must admit that I haven't gotten the time to do all of it. It is something where you try to do the best that you can possibly do. And I know that what I like best about it is I know that if I follow this, I'm probably going to run faster than I've ever ran. I was kind of disappointed in before Brookings. I was hauling a bunch of rock and doing some landscaping, and I hurt my back about 3 weeks before Brookings, so I really couldn't run at the end. Didn't have the cardio up. And I want to give another better chance for the Sioux Falls half. It'll be, I know that if I do what I'm supposed to do, the people that have put together these programs are gonna lead me someplace that I've never done before, and I'm gonna run faster than I ever have. And that'll be cool to run in Sioux Falls that way.
Sweet.